Hello, everyone, and welcome to our third selection anti-post for the Cheltenham Festival 2022. My name is Hugh. This is King of the Picks, and hopefully we can try and find a winner here. This is more competitive now than the last two races I looked at. We have three previous winners. Last year's winner was Florin Porter. He was very impressive last year. Danny Mullins took over the ride late on after Jonathan Moore was stood down due to an injury. Um, Danny's becoming known now for this, but he set a lovely pace out front, had it all his own way, and led from start to finish. And he mightn't have it so easy this year now with Classical Dream in there. Classical Dream was very impressive at Leopardstown there over Christmas. Paul Townend probably stole 5 lengths at the start and then ended up winning by 2 lengths. Florin Porter was second. He then came out and he underperformed at Gordon, but Willie Mullins admitted himself that he took a chance there and it backfired. So he came fourth, but that wasn't his running at all. Before that race in Leopardstown, he ran in Punchstown off a layoff of 487 days. And like he won a grade one there by 9 lengths. So that shows you the talent. He also won a Supreme here, so he has track form back in 2019. So he's definitely one for the short list. Champ returns after a failed chasing season. It just looked like they were struggling all year to get his jumping together, and I'm glad he came back hurdling, to be honest. He's a big engine, a huge engine. I had Manila Indo backed here 2 years ago when, 2020, when this lad came from nowhere to be his on the line. And I was over in Cheltenham at the time and I was absolutely sick. But like Champ won that day, Manila Indo was second, Alaho was third. So the form of that RSA has worked out pretty good. The only slight negative I have is I don't like horses. Like I don't like 10-year-olds. You'd be just wondering. Now he's very likely race, but I don't know. I kind of prefer to go for younger horses that might have a bit more scope for improvement. But still at 9-2, yeah, he's a fair chance. Time Hill. I think Time Hill. They were half thinking of going chasing with him this year, but they said that to give him one more season hurdling. I think this was the plan now all year, and like he ran a good second last time out too, Champ. But I think he'll come on from that. He was fourth to Monkfish in the novice hurdle there a couple of years ago, but like he was unlucky there. He could have easily won that race. So he could have. Paisley Park, another one now that's just creeping up the age, like, yeah, he ran well last time out there to win, and everyone was raving he's back to his best and all. But just on better ground, I don't know. I'd be a little bit worried about this lad. I don't know if he has the pace for it anymore. So I think, like, he's a brilliant horse, great for connections. I don't know. I think we're going to miss him now. Asterion Forlange, I'd imagine he's going to go to the Gold Cup. I could be wrong, but I'd have a feeling he'll be going to the Gold Cup. Royal Kahala needs soft or heavy to see her at her best. I think Cheltenham, with the projected forecast, it's looking like it's going to be the usual good to soft ground. So that would put me off her. So she's got an entry in the Mayor's Hurdle, so she might go there. Sporting John, yeah, he won well now. He went to Warwick there for a Pertemps qualifier last time. Sire de Burley was fourth in that. He was second in this race last year. I'd have a feeling that possibly the two of these could go for the Pertemps, but Sporting John would be interesting enough now. Sire de Burley, I'd be less interested, to be honest. Burning Victory, I'd imagine he'll go to the Mayor's. Mellon, even though it was great to see him getting his head in front. to win, but I don't see him as a player in here really. The rest then, Lisnagar Oscar, you can get 33 to 1. Won the race a few years ago. He'll probably improve now with the better ground, so he will. But if he's good enough to be in the first three here, it's another matter. Home by the Lee, he ran second, so he did last time to Royal Kahala at Gorn, beaten just over a length. So she's 10 to 1 and probably going to swerve this race. And Home by the Lee is 40 to 1. And the rest of them will swerve. So as it's the same in all these the big championship races. I just think that the favourites they're there for a reason, you know. Like on the week in the handicaps, we can seek out some value, but I don't want to just put up a horse here because it's 33 to 1, just because it looks, you know, like there's a value in it or a big price or promise you this, that, and other. So I changed my mind a few times in this race. Originally, I was going to go Florin Porter 6 to 1. That was before Classical Dream underperformed at Gorn, and then his price went into 7 to 2. I just think that's a little bit short now for him, and I'd be just a little bit. I don't know. I keep thinking in the back of my head that like Cheltenham is going to be packed house there this year, and I'd be just wondering if this horse could boil over. We all know he's a bit of a lunatic, so a very talented lunatic, but a lunatic all the same. And there's a chance that he could boil over. So I'd nearly rather see him get down to the start and take whatever price you take then, because just make sure he gets down to the start and jumps off okay. And then if he does, then maybe back him. But as it stands now, I wouldn't be backing him at 7 to 2, just with that in mind. Then I was thinking Time Hill, and I kind of went off him then. I do think he'll be placed. I think he's a great chance of placing, but I just don't know if he has the talent to win it. Anyway, at the end of it then, I came back to Classical Dream. Willie Mullins, the trainer, sure we all know it, like a brilliant trainer. He'll have him spot on for this race. He has the talent. Like, he won the Supreme Novices here, 2019. He's after winning a Grade 1 then after over a year of a layoff. So we know he has the talent to win Grade 1s. And he's after going out now to best price 5 to 1. So that's my selection for this year's Stayers Hurdle. It's 1 point each way, Classical Dream. Make sure you get your non-runner no bet concession. The only one not doing it at 5 to 1 is Unibet, so stay away from them. So you can back it with William Hill, Carl, Betfred. All of them are doing non-runner no bet. So it's 1 point each way, Classical Dream at 5 to 1, non-runner no bet. And finally, I just like to say thank you very much for the emails. We're after having a very good month. We have a nice war chest to go to Cheltenham with now, and I do appreciate the kind words, and it means a lot to me, and thank you very much. So get your bets on now, and we'll see you next week for the Gold Cup. Thanks.